Behind me is the Overland Vehicle Systems Nomadic 270 LTE awning. So far, I'm really digging this awning. Stick around so I can tell you why, give you my first impressions, and tell you if it's a good buy or not. At $4.99 at the time of posting from the OVS website, this awning is probably the cheapest freestanding 270-degree awning currently on the market. Let's go ahead and open up this awning and we'll talk about some of its features. When there's calm weather conditions, opening it up is extremely easy. All you have to do is undo these two Velcro straps and then it comes open. And on this side, all you have to do is use the included hooks or strap and put it somewhere on your vehicle. Finally, you tighten it. And she's ready to go. And just like that, you have 70 square feet of coverage. Now this awning is the smaller version of the Nomadic 270 LT, but I think it fits great on I guess on like Jeep Wrangler, because Jeep Wranglers have that smaller wheelbase and overall length. I went with the driver's side version for one reason, and that's because I still wanted to open up the tailgate and have like this area be covered. If I would have gotten the passenger side one, I would have lost all this space of covered area. Now this isn't a fault of the awning. I did place it, I guess, to keep the lower profile of the vehicle. I placed the brackets upside down in like this direction as opposed to the L facing up. And it does make it a little bit shorter, but I think that's fine. I'm 6'2" and I still somewhat clear these posts. I do have to duck a little bit, but it definitely gives me some pretty good room. And you know what they say, lift the Jeep and not the awning. Now if it does get windy or there's more rain, it does come with integrated legs that once you open up this Velcro, come down. And these legs are adjustable up to 7 feet, I believe. And to lock them in place, you just gotta twist them counterclockwise. The fourth leg, unfortunately, I can't bring down when it's fully expanded. So if you do plan on bringing down the fourth leg with the Jeep JL tailgate and spare tire, you're gonna have to unlatch it from the strap over here, close it a little bit, drop it down, and then reopen it again. The frame is made out of heavy-duty aluminum. These are 1 inch and an eighth tubing or aluminum tubing. The hinges appear to be made out of plastic, but I suspect they're a failure point. So if this were to get caught in high wind, these appear to be the failure points and not the aluminum beams. These arms also have a pretty large degrees of, I guess, flexibility to be able to mount up however. Now, one thing that I wish OVS would have added is some markers to tell you what you're at the max extension length of these poles. Now, if we look at the main hinge assembly here, there doesn't appear to be any, I guess, predetermined failure points. These brackets might be the failure point. However, they do look pretty sturdy and appear to actually be made out of aluminum as well. So that's definitely something to watch out for on these. I know a lot of the other Delta Wing awnings do specifically add a failure point in there in case you get caught out with some high wind. Another thing to call out about this hinge mechanism is it doesn't really flex much, which again, if there is heavy winds, it could cause some pretty potential damage, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now let's go ahead and talk about the material that actually provides the shade. It's made out of 280G polycotton ripstop material. So if something were to, I guess, poke a hole through it, it wouldn't keep going, which is pretty nice. It's also waterproof to, you know, obviously keep the rain off of you. The stitching is also lined with water-resistant material. Now, as an optional add-on, OVS does sell a walls kit to create a complete enclosure that attaches on these Velcro strips here. The cover that the awning comes in is also made from PVC plastic, so it's flexible, but it's also appears to be pretty durable. The one thing I have to call out is it doesn't have YKK zippers, if that matters to you. Included with this 270-degree awning are a bunch of cords and stakes to secure this awning down to the ground. Now, if you're wondering how this stacks up against the OVS LT, which is the bigger brother of this, the price is $499 versus $729. The coverage of the LTE is 70 square feet versus the larger 80 square feet on the LT model. The frame of the LTE is made out of aluminum poles, is entirely made out of aluminum poles versus the LT that has aluminum and box framed extrusions as the main supporting members. But then the poles themselves are still the similar types of poles that we get on the LTE. The pole height on the LTE is 7.5 feet versus 8.5 feet on the LT. The weight is 31 pounds versus 53 pounds. The cover material, both of them are the same at 1000G PVC cover. And finally, the shade material is a little different, with the LTE having a 280G polycotton ripstop material cover versus the LT having a 600D polycotton ripstop material cover, which means that the cover on the LT is a little bit thicker and I guess a little bit heavier from what we see in the difference between the weight here. Now, Overland Vehicle Systems does provide a 4-year manufacturer's warranty on this, which is pretty great. And to speak of their customer service, at least from my experience, I would say that they're really good. I ordered this awning on a Saturday night, but realized that I had ordered the one for the passenger side when I wanted the driver's side one. And as soon as their office opened on Monday, I gave them a call. And even though it said that this awning had shipped already, they were able to change it for me somehow. So that's pretty nice of them. In conclusion, with its lighter duty construction but lower price point, this is a great buy for the weekend warrior. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I will be doing a longer term review of this awning, so subscribe so you don't miss it. But other than that, have a good one, everyone. Thanks for watching.